Let me, I know she brought up this sort of the status of sort of going through the local juvenile court. So when a child comes in, many of these children, as you know, have been abused and abandoned or neglected. And so they can qualify for a status called special needs juvenile status. Those children are actually at that point, if that's determined, they would actually go into a program we have that supports children called the Unaccompanied Refugee Minor Program. It's a very separate program. It doesn't have any impact on the local child care system. And so it's a very separate track. And I just want to make that very clear that that would not have any impact on the local child welfare system.
Will they come to our court? Will they ever come to
the request could come through the court. That is correct. Requests for that status could come through the court. If approved, then that child is immediately referred to our Unaccompanied Refugee Minor Program, and that's cared for basically at another sort of side of the house within the Administration for Children and Families.
Hello, my name is Harry Nevels, and I was a former resident of the state of Lawrenceville until last year when the college closed and I lost my housing. I still serve 3 missions in this area: St. Paul's Memorial Chapel, St. Thomas in Freeman, and St. Mark's in Bracy. And in consultation with my bishop, we both agreed of one thing, is that we suffer under a particular mandate which comes out of the Scripture. And that is, our righteousness will be determined by our care for the widow, the orphan, and the foreigner. I have been involved in refugee resettlement for about 35, close to 40 years. And this began about 35 years ago when 300 Haitians were thrown on the shores of this country, and they were immediately put into the federal prisons, ranging from Florida to Minnesota. A court suit was filed in which the court demanded that they be released into the community under guidance. What was supposed to have been a 6 weeks program for me, which was I was on loan from my parish, and I think they probably benefited from my being away. But it took me 6 months, and I worked out of the federal prison in Alderson, West Virginia. However, what you have not heard tonight is that regardless of what these people say, a part of their work depends directly upon the nonprofit agencies which exist in this country, which has as their mandate to care for those who are uncared for. The Church World Services, the Lutheran Refugee Services, our own Episcopal Church Development and Development Fund. And during that time, I found that it has been interesting how people who are not a part of the federal government has responded to the needs of these people and has served as arms with the federal government to see that people become repatriated into our country to find homes and to live a life like the rest of us. And who benefits? We all do. When some of my members of my congregation first heard about this Sunday, one of them said, well, what's going to happen? We're going to have a vacation Bible school here next week, and we're going to have all these children here. What do we do? I said, invite them with the translator. This is what we're called to do. And I hope you will not be upset with me, but I want to be honestly frank with you. I find that we have very little rancor when we get refugees from Europe, from Russia, and even from Asia. And I've worked with all 3 countries and finding a resettlement for them. But it is only when we talk about people of color that all of a sudden we are concerned about those people. Well, if I said you people, that would be clearer to most of you. Because what is a part of what I'm hearing tonight, and I'm a part of you too, and I have the same fears as you do. But I know that our mandate is to care for the widow, the orphan, and the foreigner. And a part of our task as a church, as a nonprofit agency, is to serve as agents by which they could do. And you will find that if this program is put here, My 3 minutes up? Thank you very much. Sorry.